Yo, what it is, YouTube? Sam the Man here to save the day. Hey, yeah. And look, we got a brand new video. I missed a week uploading. I was away with family, doing stuff, resetting my mind, recalibrating, whatever the case may be. We back with a vengeance, bro. So look, I was on TikTok. I got this little car mount, whatever the case may be. I want to do my talking video. I'm on my way home, about to do Sunday night service stream for the chat and all that good stuff. But I want to talk about a topic, especially something that has been on my mind since I've been away, to make a video about, that I wanted to make a video about. So I'm gonna make it, and we're gonna do it in the car, driving from work, and just kind of keep it like that. But let me reverse, let me back out, and just take y'all with me, and we're gonna get to the topic. So basically, title of this video, right, it's already in you, pause, right? I know, funny title, whatever the case may be, but really what I mean by that is, pursuing streaming and content creation and all this stuff that I've always wanted to do, something I've been passionate about, since I'm a kid, and, my youth and all this type of stuff. Is just, I had to realize and really sit there with myself and understand that all the potential and everything that I ever wanted out of life, it starts with you, and it starts like on a deep purpose, bro. And it comes from a deep place within, I guess is a better way to say what I'm trying to say. Is like, what I realized, right, is that your reality is created by two things: what's up here and what's in here, right? Those are the two things that make up your reality. So it's already in you. That's exactly what I mean. You got to look for a purpose. You got to look for a passion. You got to look for a drive, something that you're grateful to wake up in the morning for, something that keeps you dedicated, something that matters more to you than all the external stuff that we see in this life and that we see in this world. That's what you need to be focused on. Because once I started doing my content, once I started doing my streaming, once I started doing my music, once I started working on my clothing brand, all the other stuff that would trip me up in the past and make me feel down and make me feel like I was without, I found abundance in that, right? So it's already in you. You got to find that purpose and that drive within you, and pursue it endlessly. And like I said here, bro, I'm in the car right now shooting a video while I'm driving, doing all this type of stuff, just off of the strength, bro. This is what I'm trying to like get you to understand, where it's like there's a lot of things in life that we're hesitant to do and we're hesitant to pursue, and if you just take that one step, it'll create a domino effect. And that's the one thing I had to realize too, is that, I was so caught up in, what people might think or what people might say, or thinking it has to be perfect, or thinking that it has to be this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. But it's going to work itself out, in the process. And I guess that's another main thing too that I want to, highlight and focus on, bro, is that you got to be locked in with God, bro. That's the main thing that you got to understand, is that your thoughts create your reality. Everything you think and believe, that's what it is. That's what the trick is to life, bro. So anything negative, anything that's not becoming of you, you throw that in the trash, and you got to throw it out immediately, bro. Because if you let it linger in your mind, it starts to become your reality, bro. All thoughts and everything that we see in life started as an initial thought, right? And then you have to take it from your thoughts and place it in the 3D, bro. That goes with anything creative, and that just goes with how you live your life and how do you interact with people and all these type of things, you feel me? So once again, everything starts up here, bro. Everything comes from within you. And it's something that I'm not gonna say that I didn't know. It's like, more so, I don't want to sound like, like horror stories and ghosts and stuff like that. But it's like, bro, it's very spiritual. It's very deep in. And like, I grew up in a Christian family, very religious. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. But I can't sit here and lie to you and tell you that there's not like a deeper component to this reality that, we're really, faced with, bro. Because the one thing that I can say is that I focus on prayer. I focus on faith. And I understand that to do the things that I'm doing now and in the future, bro, is all God, bro. I was a year ago in college struggling, doing these things that I thought, would make my parents proud and all this type of stuff, but it wasn't making me happy inside, bro. I would show up to class high as fuck all the time, just in there, just going through the motions. And like I said, I mentioned this in much of my videos, but my grandma passed away and I ended up moving, and I really felt like I had nothing, bro, to the point where I came here, I was working a job I hated, to the point where like I really thought about, the word that I can't say on YouTube and stuff like that. And to come from that point in my life to where I'm at now, right? And only thing that changed was my mindset and my connection to God. And this is what I got to explain and express to people and just get off my chest and, you know, make a video about it and all these type of things. Because the main thing about me too is like, bro, I keep a lot of stuff in. So this is like therapeutic for me, honestly and truthfully. I feel like a lot of things, you know, as men in society, we're supposed to keep everything in to a degree, which I agree is like certain things is not worth, you know, mentioning. I agree to that, but it's also to an extent where I was going through life-changing shit. I was going through near-death experiences, all type of shit. Wouldn't even tell my parents nothing. I wouldn't even tell my friends nothing. So it's like, you know, when you release all that type of stuff and, you know, start focusing on positive, start focusing on the future, start focusing on things that you want to be. And that's another thing too that I had to say in this video as well, is that, you know, a lot of things that changed my perspective is, you know, is a lot of parallels to life and the Bible. Like, you got to think of the Bible sometimes when you read it and interpret it like you're Jesus Christ, because Jesus was, you know, the Son of God, and we're made in the image of God, and Jesus took on mortal flesh. That's the closest example of what we could do and what we could be in our life. So when you read the Bible and see how Jesus moves and Jesus is, you got to interpret yourself as Jesus, right? And the same way how he said he's the Son of God is the same way that we are. We're all creations of God. We're all part of, you know, the universe, whatever the case you want to call it. If you know, spiritual to that degree, we all come from the same thing. At the end of the day, if you believe that we've been created, then everybody's created from the same thing. We're all made in the image of God. So when I look at, you know, someone else, that's my reflection. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when you read the Bible, you got to understand there's parallels, you know, that if you interpret yourself as Jesus, and I'm not saying like to look at yourself as a God, but I'm saying metaphorically, if you read it as Jesus, there's a lot of things that are true. So the same thing where Jesus died and resurrected on the cross, I felt like, you know, I hit a low point in my life. I got resurrected, and now I'm back with a new mindset, a new passion, a new drive, a new fury, a new confidence, a new everything, right? And, you know, what was I going for this? No, this is crazy, bro, because I'm just in the car chatting, you know, and I'll be saying, you know, a lot of thoughts be running through my head, and I'll be going off on one tangent and forgetting where I was going to get to the point and finish it, but I'm going to finish it. But what you would call it? So yeah, you interpret yourself as Jesus. He resurrected, right? You come back, and you got to understand that it's already finished. Once Jesus sacrificed himself on a cross and, you know, paid the wages for sin, it is finished. The same way when you're grinding, you're trying to get to a purpose, you're trying to do something, you got to move like it's already done, right? And so that's what I'm doing now. You got to, you know, you got to be and prepare for where you want to be now to get there. You can't sit there and hope and wait and, you know, hopefully it'll work out maybe one day and have these dreams and go to sleep at night thinking about the thing and not starting it. You feel me? And then when you start it and you get comfortable and you be yourself, then you start moving like you already that. And, you know, that's kind of what, you know, I'm trying to implement and trying to do. And not even in the sense that I'm better than anybody or anything like that. Like, just in the sense, like, bro, you need that confidence boost. You need to be that battery in your back. You need to be your biggest supporter, and God be your biggest supporter, and let it be that, bro. Because another thing too that I realized, especially since moving, bro, and since I've changed, and this is what I'm trying to say, I think moving to Orlando, right, kind of shifted my whole perspective on a lot of things, and it was very easy for me to pick out and see, you know, and compare it to my life, how I used to be, to how it is now, and how people used to treat me, and how people treat me now, and the respect I get now versus, you know, the shit that happened to me back then. And you can, you know, draw the parallels, and you can see the comparison, at least in, you know, my firsthand perspective. And I'm trying to, you know, express that a lot of these things and a lot of these mindsets have been so beneficial for me. And, you know, me want to do this content, YouTube stuff, bro, is no way I can't make a video about it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's already inside you. That's kind of the main point of what I wanted to talk about. I mean, right now I'm sitting in the stoplight, whatever the case may be. But, you know, I went to the gym yesterday, you know, steady grinding on that. Was on the stream yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'm going to tell the YouTube video, because I don't really like want to announce my moves and stuff like that. You know, I want to, you know, keep it, you know, real G's moving silent, you feel me? And y'all see what I'm up to when it happens. That's kind of what I want to do. But I mean, since we in the car just talking about certain things, and if I was in the car right now, I'd probably be bumping some of my music, listening to it on the way back home, listening to beats or something like that, because I am, you know, trying to work on my music, work on a project. Another thing that I've always wanted to do that I never took the step in doing, and now that I'm doing it. So, you know, I'm gonna say that as well. I don't want to say like when it's gonna come out or what's gonna happen with that or what's the name of it or whatever the case may be, because once again, I feel like the whole build-up, I want it to be a surprise. But You know, I'm also working on something like that. I got like a clothing brand I'm working on as well, Silent Enigma Official on Instagram if you want to check it out. We're gonna have, you know, samples coming real soon, so I can take photos in that and really, you know, start moving, you know, in that direction as well. The YouTube videos is gonna come out every Sunday. Like I said, I miss Sunday, I'm tight, but I came back with this car video. Y'all gonna get a different angle, different perspective, different vibe. We still talking our shit, you feel me? But it's gonna be interesting to see that as well. So the YouTube is popping, you feel me? I'm streaming every day on Kick, so follow me, Kick SamTheMan 11. So we be on the game, we be doing reactions, all type of stuff, clipping it up for TikTok SamTheMan 11 as well. Go check that out. So we busy, we active, and we moving, man. So that's really what, you know, I mean, the main point of what I wanted to express and what I wanted to talk about today, as far as on this drive along video and stuff like that. So hopefully someone gains some value out of this, and you know, that's kind of the main point of why I do this and why I'm trying to make these videos and do this stuff. Because at the end of the day, like, I found myself, and I want to do this as, you know, a way to help other people. And I know, shout out to my boy Vaughn, he had called me, you know, a couple weeks ago when I made my last video, and he was telling me, he was like, bro, you know, I related to a lot of the things in your video, and you know, it really came from a real place. And so, you know, a lot of the times when I'll be struggling, dealing with whatever I go through in silence, it's like I'll really be feeling like I'll be the only one who really get it and really understand the perspective that I'll be talking about. And once he gave me that feedback on my video, you know, I kind of took it personal to the point where it's like, okay, what I say really does matter. You know, a lot of situations in my life, I feel like people took me for granted. I feel like, you know, you try to be 100, you try to be real all the time, and people use you as a doormat, bro. Like, people have no choice but to do that, you feel me? And so, you know, I learned my lesson from all that type of stuff, and not that it's going to really change who I am. It's just you change, you know, how you move, and you change the people you put yourself around, and you change, you know, the trust you put in people, and how, you know, are, you know, worried about certain things. That's what I would really say. But yeah, so he was telling me about that, and so, you know, I wanted to make another talking video, make sure I make these talking videos, because that's another thing too. Eventually I want to, you know, have my podcast. You know, me and my boy Kenny, we used to do a podcast, so I don't know, it's some form or fashion. I like talking about a lot of topics and stuff like that. So hopefully, you know, I figure out a lane to, you know, do that. But for right now, these talking videos I really do enjoy making, because once again, like, I mean, people be saying it just to say it, but I do feel like it's therapeutic to kind of vent and get a lot of this stuff off my chest, so people really understand, like, the back half of the shit. And especially on YouTube, like, you know, I want to, you know, build like a fan base that, you know, fuck with me, and, you know, for who I am type shit, you feel me? So, you know, I gotta just, you know, keep it real, keep it transparent, keep it honest, and really just trying to be positive and uplifting and all that good stuff, you know, all that cliche shit. But yeah, that's what it is, man. So, you know, I'm just vibing, just chilling. We passing, you know, these exits and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm probably about like 15 minutes away from home, something like that. And, you know, I be using these drives a lot of the time to just think. And like I said, bro, I be in my head a lot, whether it be in the shower or on a drive home or just be in the gym, bro. I really be in my head a lot. And there's a lot of things that, you know, I think about. And, you know, I feel like I have a lot of wisdom for my age. I'm not gonna lie, I'm well beyond my years. I kind of understand that, and that's a lot of reason why I don't speak a lot and I keep to myself a lot, because I know a lot of people my age just wouldn't get it, you feel me? So that's kind of part of it as well. And so, you know, I just want to share game and, you know, the things that I've learned. And once again, yeah, I'm gonna also shout out Valentino Ali on YouTube. If y'all don't know who that is, bro, check that out. He's kind of the inspiration behind like this video as well, because he did start doing like these car ride along videos, and I used to watch him, you know, just chop it up and just give game about his life and, you know, how to be successful and, you know, the trials and tribulations it takes to be a man and stuff like that, bro. And, you know, I'm 23, and right now is the time where, you know, my whole life I thought I was behind everybody, because you gotta understand, like, you know, in school, you know, I did well in school. I excelled in school, in high school, all that stuff. Once you graduate and you step into the real world, whether it be college or something else, you know, a lot of things change, you feel me? A lot of things definitely change, right? As I'm trying to get into this lane, bro. Like, the drivers in Florida are probably some of the worst drivers. Like, you see me trying to get over it, and you still, like, pushing past me. Like, where are you going? There's no one, it's people in front of you, like, but anyway. So yeah, so shout out to Valentino Ali, because, you know, I feel like at this stage of where I am, I felt like I was so behind everybody else once I graduated and stuff like that. It's like you look at other people traveling and doing their thing and they got other stuff going on in their life, whatever the case may be. And I felt like college and work and all this type of bullshit was just in the way of the shit that I wanted to do, and that there was no way it was going to possibly get out the way, right? And now we're at the point where I am now, that I realized that all the shit that I went through and all the shit that, you know, these last 5-6 years or whatever, since COVID, whatever the case may be, has really just been preparing me. And I just got to the starting blocks and really about to take off with my life. And I got my whole life ahead of me. You know, a lot of, you know, older people I talk to, whatever the case may be, it's like, yeah, you got your whole life ahead of you. So the whole time I'm really just going through, you know, my trials and, you know, my depression, whatever the case may be. It's like this whole time, like, I thought my life was over. Shit didn't even start. And like, that's, you know, another thing I want to get, you know, across as well, is like, bro, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to what other people got going on. Focus on you, focus on God, and I promise you that's all you need to focus on, bro. Like, put all the energy that you put into other people that don't give a fuck about you and won't give it back and won't reciprocate. Take all that energy and put it into yourself, and I promise you, you'll be fucking mind blown. Because that's what I did. I stopped putting other people first, and I just focused on me, and I just shut my mouth and just, you know, do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And here I am on a YouTube video talking to you about it and all this type of stuff. It's like, bro, I know that's what works, and, you know, I'm just trying to help somebody out, bro. Especially like some of my friends and my homies, bro. I be trying to give them the same advice, bro. It's like they be calling me about certain things, and I'm like, bro, like, that shit don't really matter. You know that shit don't really matter, bro. Just focus on what you got going on, bro. And I promise you, like, it'll all work itself out. And I guess that's like another thing I guess I could touch on too, is like, I was on TikTok when I was posting the other day, and I seen a TikTok, you know, telling you like how to get rid of, like, you know, mental, like how to get over mental breakdowns in 60 seconds or whatever the case may be. And it related to a lot of stuff that I was going through last year, you know, struggling in college and whatnot. And basically what he said was, is like, bro, you got to trust God fully. It's one thing to say you trust God and you believe in God, like the devil believe in God too. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you can say you believe in God, but it's a different experience when you let go and let God. Like, when you let God take the wheel. It's funny, I'm in the car right now, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, the things that you can't control and the things you always worry about, and the things you think people say or how they might feel or how they might react or whatever the case may be, those are the things that you need to stop thinking about at all. Don't think about it. Like, that has helped me tremendously. Whereas, like, I used to worry about what people might think if I did this, or how someone might feel if I did this, and I'm not gonna do this because this person's feelings, you know, is gonna get hurt, and I'm gonna just do that, whatever the case may be. But none of that shit matters, because the people don't give a fuck about how you feel either way. And so you gotta worry about your happiness first, because if you put other people first, you're never gonna be happy ever in life. You're never gonna push yourself to go get it. And that's kind of the point where I find myself, where it's like, now that I'm isolated, I don't have friends, I don't have those people around me no more. It's like I was forced to do this, and I was forced to put myself first, and I was forced, you know, to really just try and uplift myself and uplift my life and elevate. And once again, it's all God, bro, because I couldn't have orchestrated this shit. The stuff that happened to me, I couldn't, you know, write this in a book or whatever it is, but you couldn't make a movie better than this, bro. So that's how I know it's God. And once I stopped worrying about a lot of stuff that I used to worry about, bro, I feel so much better, bro. Like, you gotta understand, like, people who know me, like, truly know me, whether it be friends or family, or, you know, like I'm saying, like, you see me in person, right? And you see this video, you gonna understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about, bro. And it's raining like crazy. But you gonna understand the difference of Sam, like, then versus Sam now on YouTube doing videos and stuff like this, whatever the case may be, bro. Because you gotta understand the impact, bro. And I guess I'm gonna talk about it too, like, you know, I'm just trying to drive and, you know, talk about stuff until I get home. But it's like, I was putting in so much work, and now that, you know, I'm presenting it, whether it be on my Instagram story or on TikTok or whatever the case may be, it's like, I even got, you know, my friends' family members hitting me up and coming to visit me and stuff like that. Like, my friend's Kenny mom just came to see me. Shout out to Kenny and his mom and stuff like that. And even they're just telling me, like, you know, God got something special for you, bro. Keep going. Like, they know me since I was a kid, and they see it. They can see it as well. And that's another thing too, where it's like, you know, for me, I'm a very analytical person. It's like, I gotta see something to believe it, right? And so when a lot of people see shit and they mention it to me, that's when I start, like, okay, like, I'm not tripping, I'm not crazy. Like, you know, whether my parents don't see it, other people can see it and validate it. And it's not even really that you need the validation, because that's one thing too, is like, bro, I'm gonna do this with or without the validation. It's like, bro, I can put this much effort into this video and it can get 3 views. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I got videos that I put so much effort in that's not even cracking 20 views yet, because that's where we are right now, you feel me? But it's not really about the validation, but the validation just, you know, the support, I guess, is a better way to say it. The support makes me go hard. It makes me know I'm not crazy and just step fully into this and have no fear in the shit. That's another thing too. Faith over fear always. That's the new motto, you feel me? I got it on the side of my car. And it's like, bro, you just gotta step into it and see how it plays out, bro. Because a lot of the things, like I said, I'm analysis paralysis guy, right? But a lot of things you do, you can't analyze the future, bro. No one knows the future but God. So how can you sit here and worry about the future and worry about and think that all these things are gonna happen and they never happen, and you end up in a situation where you never thought you would be? So it's like the things in life that we always be sitting and worrying about, bro, it's like you can't even realistically worry about those things, because only God knows the future. So the fuck am I really gonna sit here and worry about the future for? Like, you understand what I'm saying? And so some people might think that's crazy, some people might think that's dumb, but if you get it, you get it. Like, you start to understand, you know what I mean? And so another thing too that I'm gonna mention, bro, it's already finished. You gotta move like you already have abundance. You gotta move like you already had the money in your pocket and make the moves to do it. That's another thing too. You gotta put in the work. You gotta do the research. You gotta put in the hours. You gotta make the sacrifices. It's all the things that I'm doing, and I've never been happier. So once again, it's like people talk about these things like you gotta give up something, give up going to the club, and give up hanging out with shorties, and give up, you know, drinking and partying with friends and stuff like that. You got to give it up for the meantime. And I'm not saying not be young and have fun and live your life, because I love to have fun. I love to go out. I love to do a bunch of different things. Like, I'm not saying that, but that can't be the main focus. You, your purpose, and God gotta be the main focus, bro. And that's essentially what I'm trying to express in this video, to kind of, like, you know, make the point again that is already inside of you. Whatever you feel like you are missing in your life, because I'm telling you, like, deep in my heart, I really felt like, you know, as hard as I did and as real as I was in every situation in my life, that I could see it not counting for shit. And I thought that this was gonna be my life. Because another thing that I like, once again, I'm gonna be real on here, bro, is like, I really hated myself, because it was like, bro, I have no, like, it's no choice but for me to be real, and people fuck me over for it. Like, I couldn't be fake if I tried to be. It's too much energy to be fake. So I really felt like there was no purpose to my life. It's like, bro, I had all this talent, I had all these ideas, I was the realest person I could ever be. I always am a great friend, a great brother, a great family member, a great cousin, whatever, like, whatever you can think. And I'm not saying here to brag and say all these things. I always do what I'm supposed to do. I'm in the gym, I'm working hard. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to, you know, make it seem like I'm doing something special, because these are things that you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to get praised for it. But when, you know, people don't treat you accordingly, I really was feeling like, bro, there's no point to this shit. There's no purpose to this shit at all. That's how I really felt. You feel me? But once I let that shit go, like, is endless purpose to this shit. Like, and this is what I'm trying to say, bro. If you're at a low point, depressed, whatever you're going through, it's all temporary, bro. And yeah, the past 5 years wasn't the best 5 years for me, but 5 years is still temporary in the grand scheme of life. So whatever you're going through, like, just hold on, don't give up, push through it, and I promise you, if you work to the other side, you're going to see the benefits, you're going to see results. And that's like a main thing too, where I'm gonna talk and bring this point up too, is like, y'all remember last season, was it, when Kyrie injured, got hurt, and he started thanking God? He's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I made this point before. I don't remember what video I talked about this, whatever it may be. But like, I understand it now, because the bad is necessary for the good. Yin and yang is like, bro, the other thing about life and reality that you gotta understand is an equal opposite reaction to every force. All these things that they talk about is just one cliche way to be like, bro, energy is consistent, all this stuff, karma, whatever you want to call it, bro, is an equal and opposite reaction, bro. So all the shit that I went through, that I felt like my life was in a mountain to nothing, and I was in a dark place, in a hole, whatever the case may be, and I finally got out of that, and now I know the exact opposite is about to, happen to me and happen for me, and I'm gonna put in the work and put in the effort to do so, and I can never, ever, 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 ever get to that point again and not know that God got me and that it's already done. So that's really what I wanted to express, and I keep saying like the same thing over and over again, bro. Like, can you tell like I'm new to this, bro? I keep rehearsing the same lines, and it's not even really that it's rehearsing. Like, I'm just trying to like drive a point home, I guess. Also while trying to just think about stuff to talk about. But yeah, bro. So we here now, here's another thing too. I'm gonna put y'all on game, bro. Reading, bro. As a kid, I used to read a lot, like Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, all these types of books, stuff like that grew my imagination, right? But as I get older, I'm starting to read like books like, Get Rich, or not Get Rich or Die Trying, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or The Power of Awareness. That's another one by Neville Goddard. It really dives into about consciousness and a lot of the stuff that I'm really talking about in this video too. So definitely check that book out. But yeah, just getting into reading books again, and gaining information and gaining new perspectives in life, have given me things to talk about and have really benefited my life, especially paying attention to like stuff like Machiavellian principles and like 48 laws of power and stuff like that. Is like, bro, like, once again, people might think it's lame, people might think this, that, and the third. The Bible especially, that's the main book you gotta read. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said. But it's like reading has definitely, entered back into my life and paid dividends like it used to. And so that's another thing too that I'm gonna say as well, is that, reading and books will enrich your mind. And I feel like that's definitely a thing in our society nowadays that's been pushed to the wayside. Everything is Instagram Reels and TikToks and all this type of stuff. No one reads no more. And I deadass used to be the kid that read for fun. And so now that I'm reading again and I'm gaining so much information and knowledge and foresight from it, right? I cannot help but make the point again, is like, that's another thing that's been aiding me and helping me get to this point and push and do these things that I want to do. And I'm gonna read a lot more books, and if something sticks out to me and can help somebody else, I'm gonna point it out and talk about it. Like the same book that I was telling you about, The Power of Awareness, I sent it to one of my good friends, Najee, and he listened to it, so I'm putting people onto that as well. It's like, bro, it's like at this stage in life where we are right now, it's time to get serious. And that's what I was talking to one of my good friends, Trevor, about the other day too. Is like, it's time to get serious. Like, when people talk about, your 20s is to have fun, this, that, and the third, that's not really the case, bro. If you want to live the life that you see everybody else live on Instagram and travel and do all these things and have luxury life, and then, like, once again, like I said, at the end of the day, God is the only thing that really matters. But let's not sit here and act like we don't want these things in life. I want these things in life, right? But to obtain all those things, it's gonna be worth it, but you still gotta put in the work for it. Like I said, sacrificing all these things. So if you want to acquire that lifestyle, you gotta be putting the work in now. You gotta be saving money now. You gotta be investing money now. You gotta be, like I said, doing the smart things now. And so that's what I'm gonna try and do. That's why I'm echoing to y'all to do. And so once again, free game. You feel me? But I'm getting off this exit right here, you feel me, where my house is. And so we about to pull up to the crib soon. And so I guess, this video and this rant is going to be over. And then I could just, put this in a little video editor, edit this up and get this out for y'all. And we back to uploading on Sundays. And once again, I'm going to say it again at the end of the video, bro. The main place where I'm going to be at on a day-to-day basis is on Kick, bro. So if y'all check out this video, y'all like what I'm talking about. And once again, we on some less serious stuff on the Kick, bro. So like, we'll react to like funny videos. We be like reacting to like UD videos, other streamer clips like Blackboy Max, Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross and all this type of stuff. Just current trending stuff that people always talk about. The same stuff you watch your favorite streamers watch, and we do. Mostly too, I'm playing games, all that type of stuff. 2K to Borderlands that's out right now. We're probably gonna play Ghost of Yotai next. I want to finish Assassin's Creed. A lot of games that we're playing. Battlefield 6. How could I forget about Battlefield 6? My last video was a Battlefield 6 video. So, you know, we're on the Battlefield 6. We're on all that type of stuff. And, you know, tap into the stream for sure. Because that's the main thing. YouTube, we upload on Sundays. But every day of the week, pretty much for the most part, we gonna be on the Kick and the TikTok as well. Tap into the TikTok. Because another thing, too, I'm going to say, too, on the YouTube so they know first, is that this TikTok live, I think I'm gonna try and do IRLs and stuff and get out the house or go to the gym and do stuff, especially with my boy Jay and stuff like that on the TikTok live, bro. So I'm trying to find a way to implement that because, you know, I already go live on Kick and I know live is the future. So, and TikTok is really pushing this this live feature, and it's like its own thing. So it's like, yeah, I'm really trying to get on that. So y'all look out for that as well. That's on the way. But what's another thing I can talk about? Oh, last thing I'm gonna talk about, bro, as I'm pulling into the neighborhood right now. But last thing I'm gonna talk about is just a personal story about, like, you know, trying to get to where you want to be in life and success and all this stuff. And once again, like, I'm just like everybody else, bro. I work a 9 to 5. I live in my mom's crib. It's like, bro, I'm not there yet at all. But I know these things are coming. But anyway, there's one lesson that I learned, bro. You gotta understand, it's the people in the, you know, circle that you keep and call friends is key and important, especially at this stage. And I'm gonna just say, if people are not focused on the things that I'm talking about, if people is not locked in on what they want to do with their lives and they bullshit and they smoking their lives away and this, that, and the third, you know, those are the people you got cut off, bro. And if people think what you're doing is goofy and funny and talking shit about you and not helping you, you know, acquire your goals and get there and pushing each other, if that's not the friends you have in your life, you need to get rid of those people, bro. Because it's better off being on your own, you know, than being around that. And I can guarantee you that, because that's where I am right now, where I'm forced to be alone, I'm forced in isolation, and I'm doing YouTube, Kick, you know, clothing brand, music, literally every single thing you could possibly want to do, or that I want to do. And, you know, I know a lot of people are interested in doing, and that's what it takes to do it, bro. And once again, I'm not at that level. I'm not no one special yet. You feel me? But, like, you know, it doesn't matter who says what. The truth is the truth, and that remains. But I just pulled into the driveway, so I guess this, you know, drive along video is gonna conclude. You feel me? But I appreciate anybody who made it to the end of the video. You know, like, comment, subscribe, give me suggestions on stuff you want me to talk about, make videos about, anything you want to see. You know, that's good with me. But I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate anybody for watching, and until next time, God bless. I'm gone. Deuces. Come on, we need to stop. I need that double XP. I need that double XP. Fuck you mean? Come on. It's on the line right now. It's on the line right now. It's on the line right now. He ain't hit that. He ain't hit that. Oh my goodness. Come here. Come here. Come here. I see you. No way. No way. You sold me. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my, bro. Like, I feel like I jinxed myself before this game, but like, by saying they do dumb shit, but like, you see, they do dumb shit. Give me that. No one's touching this rock. Damn, I should have passed to you. I ain't gonna lie. The one. Nope. Thank you. I'll do it. If you want something done right, do it yourself. Come on, man.